For today's cup of coffee, we have an installment of Idiots Amongst Us. And I wish this one was one of the funny, happy, stupid ones, but it's really not. And this was trending all over X today when this occurred. And so Daily Mail picked up the story, and this is by Dan Woodland and Elizabeth Haigh, and was June the 19th of 2024. Just Stop Oil protesters have sprayed Stonehenge with orange paint as members of the public were seen trying to drag them away. And I'm going to try to watch my mouth. I really, really am. Because everybody's being monitored and censored and everything else. And here we see these two people doing this. Now, Stonehenge is a 5,000-year-old monument. Plus, from what it says in the article, there's different types of lichen that live on the stones that biologists from all over the world come to study. Plus, they did this right before summer solstice. And so, with this orange powdered paint or whatever it is, they just covered it. And here are the two proud individuals. Yeah. Now, you know, if you've done something to help somebody, that's wonderful. But if you've done something to deface a historic monument that is beloved around the world, that doesn't speak well for your cause. And that these people are convinced, and you can see by their faces, they think they've done something fabulous. And I've seen this type of smug look, this almost like a righteous indignation on several groups' faces over the past few years. And it's just as concerning. Because some of these people are getting caught up into different movements or factions or whatever. It's a splitting of humankind, period. It's othering. You're not one of us. Well, on some of this, I don't want to be associated with these people. Not at all. And what was interesting also, and I'll leave a link to the article, and you can go and read it word for word, that there were all these people, all these tourists and stuff, standing around watching these people do this. And that there was one woman who stood up and tried to stop them. And how she tried to stop them was, I think she tried to push them or something like that. Why didn't some of the other people step up? They saw these people and they stood back aghast and did nothing. And we see a lot of that going on in various and sundry ways also. It's like, oh, I'm appalled, but I don't want to get involved. Well, sometimes you have to get involved. And with this, it says that I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these names. Said he did condemn it as a disgraceful act of vandalism to one of the UK's and the world's oldest and most important monuments. And the two that are pictured were arrested. And I'm not sure exactly how UK law works. I don't even know how any of the law works anymore. But I know that this group, this Just Stop Oil, these idiots, and I am going to call them an idiot because this is a low IQ act. This is not how you get your point made. This is not how you get your message heard. This is how you become loathed. And that these are the same people that have done these publicity stunts, and they are publicity stunts, as far as throwing paint. Thank God that they put all these paintings and stuff in the museums and everything behind glass, throwing, stuff like that. I mean, this is childishness. But because that they have not been fully held accountable for their actions, this is why they persist. And it's like, it's just insane. But they did this purposefully before the summer solstice. Because in case you don't know, Stonehenge, that was one of the things as far as the solstices, that it was like this ancient calendar, which is incredible. I mean, 5,000 years old. Stonehenge has fascinated me since I was a small child, because I was an odd small child. And to see this defaced, and I will tell you this, had I been there, I would not have been amongst the crowd, because I am mountain people. And it would have been one of those, I would have been up there going, what the hell are you doing? I'm not afraid of confrontation. Of course, I'm a Leo, so, we do that. But not only that, to try to take the extinguishers or whatever that these devices were, it looked like some kind of fire extinguisher that they've loaded up with this paint. Sometimes the correct answer is a good bitch slap. Would I have taken an assault charge to try to stop that? Probably. Now that is just absolutely ridiculous. Now the young one here, 21 years old. I get that. That's frontal lobe shrinkage still going on there. The other gentleman was 73. What's his excuse? Now, he's supposed to be an elder. He's supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be able to speak out and get the message heard without having to do stupid shit like this. Yes, I'm rather, I'm rather angered over this. But like I said, I'm also angered over the fact that these people that were standing about did nothing. And they said that the woman that had tried to intervene, that they thought that she was part of the group that takes care of Stonehenge. And what it's going to do, they've already got this area cordoned off now to where you can't get up close to the stones. And I understand, because we've got lots of idiots amongst us, that you had some people that were trying to graffiti, trying to put their name in it. Really? I mean, has the world totally gone middle school, 12-year-old brain? Is that the pervasive form of thought these days? That, or you had some that were trying to, chisel off pieces of it. That's equally stupid. And it's just like, what the hell is wrong with people? What is going on? And I know I had commented on X, and I think it may have been about this. I'm not sure. If it wasn't, it was something similar. That there are some nations that they still have a form of punishment that it's called caning. I think that Singapore was the one where that American kid went over there years ago. And him thinking that he was in the very lax standards of the USA, which they have become very lax. Well, it depends. There's some people it's not lax for at all. And he had keyed a car. And so they were going to cane his ass. And with that, they take a cane pole and they beat your ass. And he was calling the State Department and somebody, send lawyers, guns, and money and the whole 9 yards. And nothing could be done because he was in somebody else's house. You don't go in somebody else's house and start making messes. And so they beat his ass. And I would say more than likely he never took a key to somebody else's car like that. More than likely he never had another destruction of property charge anywhere. And something similar very much could be implemented with this. Because that deserves that. There needs to be some real consequences for this. And if these people really want to go out, do they really want to make a change? Or do they just want to virtue signal? Because the ones that are out there truly making a change and a difference in the lives of people, you rarely hear about because they're too busy making a change. They're too busy trying to help people. They're not putting all this stuff on social media or whatever. You know? I wonder sometimes, it's like, would Mother Teresa have a Facebook account? Maybe she would, so that people could donate to the cause. I don't know. Her charity may have a Facebook page. But if these people really wanted to go and do something, there are organizations, and I did suggest the Peace Corps. I didn't know whether it existed or not, because when I was in my teens, at one point, I thought about joining the Peace Corps because I did want to make a difference. And yes, Peace Corps still exists, and there are openings, and there's parts of Africa that you can go to. And as far as some of those parts of Africa, guess what? These people don't have to worry about oil because they don't have it. These people are worried about water. There's places in Asia that they could go and volunteer. There's places in the Caribbean. Let's see, Central America, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia. So if they truly wanted to go and make a change, there are places that they could do that. They're just a nuisance. And that's not just me saying that. But these, and this one, of course, the 21-year-old had made a video, and you can find that on X, and it does include that here in the Daily Mail article. And it's just like, up their own ass. It's like, no, you destroyed, you defaced a beloved monument. You took it upon yourself to make an ass of yourself and whatever cause, and these people are just a nuisance. They really are. And that they have been going about from country to country doing this stuff. I guess they've got different chapters that's doing that. And some of these governments and stuff, as far as them doing these things, there needs to be stiff penalties. And this is just, this is insane. And even as far as the fossil fuel thing, a lot of these people are working off of erroneous information. They've been deceived. They're brainwashed. But there were several people, I was trying to look through here and see what some of the elected officials that they had said, and you can find it there in the article. I'm not going to waste your time by trying to find all of it. But it was very much denounced, and the people on X were just livid. And these people, and right before Solstice. Yeah. And I think I had read that on the 21st, there was going to be a full moon, and that to have solstice and then a full moon on the next night happened every 19 years. Somebody fact check that, because it was just something that I had read. So the energy has been really heavy. A lot of people are totally exhausted. That's what I'm seeing reported a lot. X is great as far as sort of getting a pulse of people from different parts of the world and stuff. And one of the things, as far as not being able to sleep properly, I know that there was weirdness with the Schumann resonances there the other day, that Stefan Burns had spoke about that. I don't know anything about how those resonances change and all that stuff, because the science is still too new. But lots of people just on the edge, and you got people dropping off the edge. So I'm going to urge everybody, as far as situational awareness, no matter where you are. You know, I've removed myself from the situation quite a while back. I stay in the house. It keeps me out of trouble. It prevents me from confronting people like this, because I have come up against a whole lot worse than this in my life. Yeah. Prayers. We need prayers. So, if you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, idiots amongst us, who has not? If you want to share your stories of particular idiots amongst us, don't name names. Nobody needs to know for sure. They boasted about it. So it's just double stupid. But anyhow, you can put that in the comment section. You can always send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. That is also in the description box. And I'll put a link to the article. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do. Or not. I'm here. I'm doing what I'm doing. So at some point, it's like Horton hears a who. It's like, I'm here. I'm here. It's okay. It's sooner or later that little voice on that dandelion, whatever it was heard. So, I'm on X. It's Warlanda, COCWS. We've got some good people over there. It's a very selective group, but great people. We're also on BitChute and Rumble. If you ever can't find us on the U of Tube, so you have options, always keep yourself some options. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. I don't know, maybe these people, maybe we should have somebody should have spray painted them and made them go about the streets for 2 or 3 days. Didn't they used to do that? They're dunce caps, maybe. Do we need to bring back dunce caps? Really? Maybe we need to call some of the stupid behavior for what it is, which is stupid behavior. Anyhow, treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And I have to remind myself that includes compassion and empathy. But even God has his limits. And I'm far cry from, I try to follow, but I ain't there yet. I just certainly ain't. Anyhow, Lord willing, we will see you on the next cup. Bye.